Hey guys, it's Heather. Welcome to the inside of my tiny home on wheels here in the truck camper, new home. And if you've been able to follow the channel here at Paradise on Pennies, then you probably already realized that I live this way. I live in this small space. Like I said, it's tiny home on wheels. But I live this way for good reason. Trying to live simple and true to my beliefs. And it really fits with my philosophy on life and how to live a good life and be happy. And the other day I was just sitting and kind of pondering some of these ideas, and I thought about this scenario that I wanted to share with you guys. I think it's a pretty common thing that happens to us, and it's a great analogy for life as well. Okay, so here goes. Have you ever been just driving down the road and say you're on a familiar route, and so, or maybe you're using a GPS, but whatever, you drive through and you get to the end or your destination and you look back and you're like, oh man, I don't even remember the whole drive. Like, I just went through the turns and ended up here. Like, I don't remember any details about it. Like, I think we've all experienced that, where you just do turn by turn, go through the motions on a route. And the thing I was thinking of is how much that a lot of people's lives end up looking like that, where you go turn by turn, day by day, you just go through the motions of life. And it's something that, I think we should look at as not really a good way to live life. It's really an awesome thing that we're alive, and it's rather important to make sure it's not just a series of motions like that driving scenario that I just talked about. So, that's my question. Is that really a way to live with no spontaneity, no excitement, no learning and changing, things of that nature? You're just kind of complacent, right? Or comfortable. And you guys realize comfort, as good as it might sound, can be a pretty bad thing when it comes to life. I mean, too much comfort in your life, in a relationship, in a job, and whatever it is, comfort is actually kind of a bad thing in a lot of those cases. So I read a quote by Socrates that I thought has always stuck with me, and it really applies here. So Socrates said that you should be critical of your own life. Don't wait for someone to save you. Save yourself. And isn't that just an awesome quote? It's so simple, but it says so much. And it says so much about how we live our life. So I always keep that with me as a great inspirational quote. And I did before, and now it is even more important. But now I feel like I'm living true to that by living this lifestyle. So it feels really good, and I want to encourage others. I want to share that with you guys, so that, if you have something in mind, a dream life, to, aim to make that happen now rather than waiting. And also, don't get too comfortable. I think comfort's in that quote as well, that don't get too comfortable, shake things up. I noticed that from my own experience, sometimes life just throws changes your way. It throws craziness your way, and it shakes things up. But other times, you just, again, go day by day, and it doesn't throw anything crazy your way. But at the same time, because of that, you live in this comfort and security. And you just go through the motions. And I say to that, if you haven't been shaken in a while, maybe take a step back and consider shaking your own life on purpose. And that means making some sort of change. It could be huge, it could be small, but I see change is really good. If you had talked to me in my past, I probably would not have had this perspective. So this is definitely a hindsight kind of thing. But there were changes that at some point I needed in my life, and I was even scared to take. And now that I look back and I go, oh man, I wish I would have done that a long time ago. But we live and learn. So I'm here from experience to tell you, like, if you have that going on as well, to just go for it, make it happen, force that change. I can almost promise you'll come out on the other side in a good way, even if it is scary. It's always scary, right? But fear is a good thing, and with it, we hope for change. So, yeah. So, I mean, for example, you could just simply learn something new. Learning is a great way to make yourself change, because that's how I gauge if I've gotten better, is how much I've learned. I love to look back and go, wow, I am really different than I was a month ago. And if I don't reflect like that and I think, wow, I'm just the same old, then I don't think I've learned too much, right? Because it's going to change you if you have new information. So learning, definitely a great way to do it. Learning in a number of ways, through experiences, through reading, whatever. There's lots to learn. Great channels on YouTube. You can learn all kinds of stuff. Some other things, question a long-held belief. Kind of goes along with learning. But that's a really great way to shake up your life, is to take these long-held beliefs, these things that seem so solid, and give it a little philosophical analysis, and see where you end up with that belief and if it still holds true. Because a lot of us hold on to these things, and it just seems, again, it's comfortable. But when we actually sit down and analyze them, we go, oh, wow, yeah, I don't know if I really have that same perspective. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But it's a good way to shake things up. And then there's just simple things like going to a different side of town. That sounds kind of silly, but next thing you know, you meet someone that you never would have had the chance to talk to before. And, one thing leads to another, and who knows? You make a new friend, you fall in love, you learn something new from them. Something bad happens that leads to something else that might be good. It's just this series of events. So going to a different side of town, or taking your dog to a different dog park than you normally go to. I know people in towns usually kind of go to the same one usually, but you could go to a different one. Traveling, obviously, that's one. That's a great way to learn and change, is to travel. And in addition to that, you could travel in a new way. You could travel, instead of by plane, you could travel by car, take a road trip. Instead of by car, you could travel by bike, or you could just take a hike. Hiking is also a really great way to experience new things and change your mindset and be in nature. Just the general idea of being alone in nature, for me, is really important for being able to sit in quiet and be with your thoughts. That's, again, where that Socrates idea comes from, because if you never have downtime from the rat race, and you never have time to just sit down and be in quiet and be alone with your thoughts, as challenging as that can be sometimes, it's also a really good thing to have in your life, because that's when you start to realize what's important and really analyze your own life and be critical, right? So that you can make that change. Point being, I say challenge yourself to be a different person tomorrow than you are today. That's a good way to gauge it, right? You want to be an ever-growing, ever-changing being, and that's a good thing. That's not bad. Sometimes we are taught to view change as a bad thing, or we just get scared of it as a bad thing. And again, like I've said before, it's a really good thing, and it's really important. So throw that idea out of your head. Change is not bad. Change can be quite good, especially when it's our own personal growth and change. So basically, I look at it this way. We get one life. We get one time to live, one chance to be alive. And that is the most precious thought that you can ever dwell on, is this one life. So we know life goes by blink of an eye, right? I mean, you look at the last year or the last 10 years or whatever, and you go, wow, man, where did the time go, right? And if you talk to older people, they'll tell you that the biggest regrets, if you'd ask them, what are your biggest regrets? They're very likely to talk about things that they didn't get to do, because again, life kind of sneaks up on us. And that's really true to my philosophy of living this way, is that I don't want life to sneak up on me and me to have this list of dreams and things I wish I did and tried, and go, it's too late. Now I have a medical issue. It's too late. My finances something. It's too late. I have to take care of a loved one. Whatever comes up, things happen, and then it can become too late. even like living in a camper like this, who knows? I could get older. I could have something happen to me. There's car accidents. There's all kinds of chances of things. The economy could change. The environment could change. I could hurt my leg and not be able to jump in and out of the camper. Doesn't mean I still couldn't do it, but the dynamic changes, and that changes the whole story. So I say, you know, do it now. Don't wait. So, like I said, you have one chance to be alive. And I like this perspective of be. You know, you have one chance to be at the top of the mountain. One chance to be in love. One chance to be scared. One chance to be inspired. To be amazed. To be in awe of something. One chance to be completely bewildered. One chance to get lost. One chance to be loved. One chance to be happy. And really one chance to be alive. So I say, you're a human being. It's time to be. So that's it, guys. Those are my words of encouragement for today. And I know a lot of you out there watching are working on different dreams, simplifying life, maybe trying to get on the road as well. And I want to be a continued voice of inspiration for you. Because like I said, I went through my own life changes. And, you know, I wasn't always living like this. So I had to go through different things to get here as well. And I'm very happy that I made the changes. I'm very happy now that I'm living this way. But again, I want to be words of encouragement for you guys. I want you to get inspired. I want you to force change in your own life. Get out there and live your dreams because you only have one chance to be. So I hope that helps you guys out. And I'm really glad to have you guys here. If you liked this video, do me a favor and just hit the like button. And let everyone else know that this is a great video. And if you'd like to see more videos like this for inspiration and motivation for your dreams or your life on the road or whatever it is you're shooting for, be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. I'll be putting out a lot more videos like this, as well as you'll look around the channel, you'll see videos on the general story of life, what it's like to live on the road. Lots and lots of stuff about dogs because, yeah, my dogs they're down here. You might hear her snoring, the little one over here. Yeah, so lots of stuff about dogs, traveling with dogs, hiking with dogs, all that fun stuff. And then besides from words from encouragement, also tips, how-tos, how to get on the road, how to build a bed in an SUV or how to restructure your camper, all kinds of things of the how-tos as well. So lots of fun stuff on the channel. I love seeing your comments, so let me know what you guys think. And yeah, thanks for being here again. And until next time, guys. Bye.